The hitman thought I couldn't see him, undressing in front of me every time. He heard my constant gulping. Victor asked, "You hungry?" I nodded. Chapter 1. He returned reeking of blood. Though faint, I could still smell it. Victor tossed his soiled clothes aside, heading toward the bathroom. "I'll cook after showering." I fidgeted, batting my lashes. "Wanna join me?" His body stiffened as he whirled around. I quickly added, "It's not like I can see anything." "But I can." He slammed the bathroom door. "My name's Wendy. An orphan. 3 years ago, wealthy sponsors adopted me, though their children despised me, especially Ethan. He'd pushed me down the stairs when I wasn't looking. My head smashed against the steps, leaving me legally blind. Truthfully, I'm not completely sightless. Everything's just hazy. To survive, I swore total blindness. After hospitalization, the family exiled me to a suburban mansion with hush money, leaving me to rot. Revenge? Please. I've been thriving on takeout and online shopping. Until 2 weeks ago, when Victor broke in. He'd pressed a knife to my throat, then froze upon realizing I was blind. Threatened me to stay silent. Thus began our bizarre cohabitation. He comes and goes, occasionally cooking, but few meals couldn't satisfy me. As landlady, I needed to put him in his place. Tonight I camped outside the bathroom, fantasizing about his sculpted physique. The shower stopped. Victor emerged towel-clad, steam curling around his broad shoulders and tapered waist visible even through my foggy vision. Better up close. He frowned. "What are you doing here?" I stared at his chest, throat dry. "Let me feel those abs." Victor paused, toweling his hair. "Want to die? Let me touch them first." He walked away. I scrambled after him, forgetting my cane. My shin smashed into the table corner. Thud. I crumpled to the floor. Ow, tears welled as I pushed myself up. Victor sighed, crouching before me. Water droplets from his hair trailed down my thigh. His face hovered close, yet remained frustratingly blurred. Judging by the silhouette, he must be a hottie. "Closer! Just a bit closer and I can see your face clearly." I tried not to stare too obviously, afraid he'd notice. The hitman, Victor, glanced at my knees, his warm fingers brushing over the scrape. "You're bleeding. Got any antiseptic?" I deflected. "I want to touch your abs." He fell silent again. "Come on. It's just a scratch. I've had worse." Gotta make my move before he puts his shirt back on. The hitman sighed. "Just touching? Actually, I want to kiss them too." "Don't push your luck." Just when I thought he'd storm off, he grabbed my wrist and pressed it against his waist. "Me?" Victor turned his face away, voice strained. "Go ahead." I went full octopus mode before he changed his mind. His skin felt smooth yet firm under my palms. When my fingers brushed his hip bone, his breath hitched. "Slower, it tickles." He rasped. I nearly got a nosebleed. "I'm just feeling his abs, right?" My movements gentled. His trembling stopped, whether from my fumbling or the towel's rebellious spirit. It suddenly pooled at our feet. Victor instantly threw his shoulder towel over my head while scrambling to retrieve it. I played innocent. "What happened?" "Nothing," came his flustered reply. Bonus points for unexpected views. Waking up to an empty bed, I fumbled for my hidden phone to order takeout. The mansion's front door suddenly exploded inward. "Wendy Nelson! Get out here!" That screechy voice could pierce eardrums even through autotune. "Ethan." The bastard who pushed me down the stairs, tapping my white cane. I emerged slowly. His sneer hit like always, still kicking. "Huh? Thought you'd be rotting here by now. Even called the coroner's van. I ignored the jab. Why are you here? Ethan shoved me to the floor and kicked my cane away. This is my house. I come whenever I want. He prowled the living room like a hyena. You're evicted. Out by sundown. Don't bother cleaning. I'm burning everything you touched anyway. He smirked, pocketing his hands as he surveyed his spoils. I kept my eyes lowered to the floor. The Carters gave me this house. You have no right to take it back. Ethan snorted and spat on the floorboards. Those are my parents. Who the fuck are you? You worthless bitch. Get out of my sight. He stormed out without looking back. Night fell. Victor returned. The man seemed obsessive about cleanliness, immediately stripping off his clothes upon entering. I didn't even have the energy to peek this time. After changing, Victor found me sitting motionless on the bed. What's wrong? He asked, noticing my unusual silence. Those 2 words made my eyes sting. No one had ever shown concern for me. Victor, I whispered, voice cracking. How much do you charge per kill? What are you planning? I wiped my tears. Just wondering if you make enough to lend me some money. Victor crossed his arms. How much? Business must be good. My voice trailed off. Borrowing meant repayment. And I had no income. I flopped backward into the blankets. Never mind. Just kill me instead. Leave the body here, someone will collect it in a few days. You should find another place to stay too. I closed my eyes. Ready for the end. I'd tasted happiness. Felt those abs, no regrets. The mattress dipped as Victor sat beside me. Tell me what happened. His low voice rumbled. And I'll let you touch my abs again. Deal. I shot upright. After hearing everything, including the truth about my eyes, Victor simply said, I see. Look. If I stay, they'll beat me to death tomorrow. If I leave, I'll starve. I took a deep breath. Just let me feel those abs one last time. Then make it quick. He stared at my eager expression. That's really your dying wish? Well, I'd also like to sleep with you. Victor's silence spoke volumes. Could we? No. Jerk. Victor suddenly bundled me into the blankets. Don't die yet, was all he said before heading to the shower. A hitman telling me to keep living, now that's comedy gold. Though I had no idea what he was up to. I quietly packed my bags. The remaining funds in my card would let me scrape by a while longer. At dawn the next day, I was awakened by urgent knocking. For a moment I feared Ethan had come to evict me. Grabbing my bag and white cane, I prepared to leave. To my surprise, the suited men outside immediately bowed at 90-degree angles. They politely escorted me back inside while deep cleaning the entire apartment, these intimidating enforcers morphing into meticulous housekeepers before my eyes. The leader approached with a polished smile. Ms. Wendy. Mr. Victor has purchased this property. You're welcome to stay indefinitely. I blinked. Mr. Who? Since when did I know any powerful benefactors? Who exactly is your employer? I demanded. That's confidential. The man replied. Holy shit. I dropped to my knees dramatically as Victor entered, my forehead nearly touching the television stand. His dry observation cut through my performance. You're bowing to the entertainment system. Of course I was. This was the rumored crime lord himself, my golden ticket to survival. I began groping theatrically through the air. Where are you? Cold fingers gripped my collar, hauling me upright. Here. I seized his hand desperately. Sir, let me prove my worth to your organization. Amusement colored his voice. What skills do you bring? I hesitated. You enjoy long showers, right? I give exceptional back scrubs. Let me be your personal exfoliator. Unnecessary. I'll offer myself as your woman. Pass. Time to play hardball. Choose one. The pause stretched before his reluctant concession, the scrub. Clutching my loofah, I marched into the steamy bathroom. Finally, a chance to properly observe what my limited vision had previously denied me. Victor stood with one palm against the tiles, towel clinging to his hips. I suppressed the urge to yank the fabric away. Beginning now. His grunt of acknowledgement echoed off the marble. As I scrubbed circles across his shoulders, the absurdity struck me. Here I was, bargaining with a criminal mastermind through bathhouse theatrics. Pressure adequate? The steam couldn't hide his faint chuckle. This strange détente would do, for now. Got it. I kept my head down, scrubbing vigorously. Honestly, for a hitman, his back was surprisingly unscathed, smooth as marble. I couldn't help feeling envious. Back when Ethan used to bully me, I'd accumulated enough scars to avoid wearing shorts even in summer. Working my sore arms, I made conversation. Victor, your skin's smoother than subway tiles. Not a single mark. My hands traveled higher. Christ. You're built like a brick wall too. This is exhausting. The hitman's voice rumbled. Tired? Leave. No way. I panted, doubling my efforts. Not till you're satisfied. Wendy, he turned abruptly. My palm slammed against his bare chest. We froze. His pectoral muscles felt intriguing, firm yet yielding. My thumb brushed over a nipple. Can I? Next thing I knew, I got tossed out. Victor's growl followed me. Stay out until I'm done. I waited perched on his bed. When he emerged from the bathroom, water droplets glistening on his collarbones, he barked. Get to your own room. Flopping dramatically across his sheets. I purred. Special tonight, complimentary service included. He hauled me up like a misbehaving kitten. I need sleep. Out. Seriously? It's not even 8 p.m. I protested. This is my apartment. Correction, my apartment now. Right. The deed. I bowed sharply. Good night, Victor. Pleasant dreams. My cane tapped toward the door. Pausing, I sighed. You know, I've got this talent for getting men into bed. Take you, just a few words, and you're already stripping down. The pillow hit the door as I ducked out. Back in my room, an unfamiliar ringtone blared. Digging through drawers, I found a vintage flip phone. Hello? A man's voice crackled through. Wendy, that voice sounds so familiar. Oh, it's my foster father, William Carter. I reply. Good evening, Dad. Good. Good. How are you doing over there? I'm fine. That's good. That's good. The small talk ends. He's probably getting to the real reason now. The person on the other end clears his throat awkwardly, hesitating. Dad wants to stay with you for a few days. Would that be okay? I pause. Why? Your mom and we got divorced recently. That explains it. I don't have anywhere to live now. And I'm low on funds. Thought I could stay with you for a while. Instead of going to his 2 biological sons. William comes to me. I'm sorry, Dad. My voice stays flat. The house already has another owner. You can't stay here. William immediately panics, shouting, Another owner? That's impossible. You're lying to me, aren't you? I'm not lying. You can ask Ethan. He tried to reclaim this property before. Wendy, your dad really. Silence. I pull the phone away from my ear. The battery died. Can't remember where I put the charger. Whatever. I'll look tomorrow. I toss the device back into the box. 3 years ago, through a relative's connection, I followed William to the Carter household. On my first day there, Ethan dragged me into the bathroom and beat me bloody, covered in bruises. I told my foster mother. She dismissed it as boys being playful. Only William would occasionally stand up for me. At school, classmates froze me out while teachers looked the other way. As the adults' indifference grew, Ethan's violence escalated. He shoved me down the stairs when I wasn't looking. When I woke up, the world had turned permanently blurry. After learning I'd gone blind, my foster mother started making excuses and abandoned me. William handed me a flip phone before leaving, promising to call regularly. To this day, I've only received that single call. "Wendy, are you in there? Open the door. It's your dad. Hurry up." The obnoxious pounding and shouting yank me from sleep. I blink. Dawn is just breaking outside the window. Damn it. Haven't had a proper wake-up since Ethan's visit. Judging by the voice, it's William now. I put on my coat and fumbled my way out the door. William immediately grabbed my hand upon seeing me, his eyes brimming with tears. "Wendy, what's going on? Who bought this house? And why did you hang up last night? I couldn't reach you afterward." I withdrew my hand. "I don't know who owns the property. My phone died last night. That's why you couldn't get through." William pulled me into an embrace, his hands wandering across my back. "You have no idea how rough things have been. Wendy, your mother kicked me out without giving me living expenses. She even cut off contact with your brothers." He began sobbing messily on my shoulder. I struggled slightly but couldn't break free. He was clearly here for money. I sighed. "There's some money left on this card. Take it for now." The moment money was mentioned, William instantly released me. "How much?" "Not much." I handed him the bank card from my pocket. "Check at the ATM. Pins the last 6 digits. Good. Good." He pocketed the card while eyeing the house behind me. I stared vacantly at the ground. "You need to find work soon, Dad. This money won't last forever. And please, don't come back here again." William finally looked at me, patting my cheek. "Keep your phone charged. I'll be in touch." I kept my head lowered without responding. The moment he left, I rushed inside, grabbed a hammer, and smashed my phone to pieces. Damn it. Who wants to be someone's permanent cash cow? The angrier I got, the harder I swung the hammer at the already shattered device. Victor suddenly appeared in my doorway. "What are you doing?" He hadn't left after all. I set down the sledgehammer, awkwardly scratching my head. "My foster father keeps calling for money." Destroying my phone seemed proactive. "Don't worry. I'll handle this without causing you trouble." Victor leaned against the doorframe, studying me. I could help. "No need." I waved frantically. "You've done enough already." He watched me a moment longer before shrugging. "Suit yourself." When William failed to reach me, he loitered outside for days. I stayed hidden, never answering the door. Each time, he left frustrated. After a week of silence, I knew I'd finally severed ties with the Carter family. Freedom never felt so light. My relief proved short-lived when Victor announced his departure, probably relocating safe houses. Though he offered to let me stay, I insisted on sticking with my employer. The new place? Let's just say I trip over my own feet 8 times a day. The hitman assigned me a nanny who held my hand daily, guiding me around to familiarize myself with the environment. I got along well with the nanny. From her, I learned the hitman's last name, Lance. When she tried to share more, I shook my head vigorously, refusing to hear another word. The more you know, the sooner you die. I knew the rules. After all, I was surviving in a hitman organization. That evening, I hummed a tune while scrubbing Victor's back with practiced efficiency. "Feeling good, boss?" He nodded without turning around. On impulse, I asked, "Can I scrub the other guys' backs too?" Victor's muscles tensed. "Am I not enough for you?" "Of course not." I laughed. "I just want to show off my scrubbing skills. After all these days of practice, my technique's improved. I've even built arm muscles." Victor turned abruptly, fingers testing my bicep. "Needs more training. Suit yourself." I shrugged, casually smoothing my hair while waiting for him to turn back. He remained motionless, his scorching gaze drilling into the top of my head like laser beams. I kept my eyes glued to the floor tiles, frozen in place. Are you turning around now?" "No." I blinked. "Want me to scrub your front then?" "I can lift." "Out." He gritted through clenched teeth. "TCH. Always kicking me out halfway through." I pouted. "Why do you keep doing this?" "Fine. I'll admit harassing you was wrong, but think about it. With a body like yours, aren't you at least 1% responsible?" Victor watched my audacity with detached calm. "Go on." Anger warred with cowardice in my chest. My clenched fist uncurled. "Never mind. It's entirely my fault. Enjoy your bath." "Sir." I'd barely taken one step when my foot slipped. As I teetered sideways, Victor's arm hooked around my waist, dragging us both to the floor in a tangle of limbs. In that split second, I mentally wrote my epitaph. Victor propped himself up on one elbow, patting my shoulder. "Get up." My face remained buried in his abs. "See, can't move, injured." He cradled my head. "Where does it hurt?" He actually bought it. I doubled down. "My legs, can't stand." Victor shifted positions and lifted me effortlessly, a full princess carry. Holy hell. I could die happy now. Victor carried me out of the bathroom. The moment he bent down to place me on the bed, I immediately wrapped my limbs around him and flipped us over. His deep voice vibrated with anger against my ear. "You've got some nerve, Wendy." I mumbled into his shoulder. "I've always been brave." Though Victor kept growling threats, his body remained pliant beneath mine. Our soaked clothes clung uncomfortably to skin as our heartbeats synchronized. I ran fingers through his damp hair, each syllable dripping honey. "Bad for your health to hold back like this, boss." His throat worked as he swallowed hard. "Can you?" "Yes. Yes. Absolutely yes." Victor lifted his head, thumb brushing my lower lip. "May I kiss you?" Jesus. Since when did hitmen need permission? I grabbed his face and planted a loud, smacking kiss. "You don't ask. Just take." My bravado shattered when his hands gripped my hips. White-hot pain blurred my vision as he moved. Victor's calloused palms mapped every scar across my back, his lips following the same path with feather-like kisses. I bit my fist to stifle sobs. "Does it still hurt?" he murmured, slowing his pace to kiss away my tears. "Like hell." I choked out, staring into those startlingly bright hazel eyes, the kind that could make nuns reconsider their vows. Sunlight stabbed my eyelids when I woke. I burrowed into the warm chest beside me. Victor stirred, fingers idly pinching my cheek. "Stop." I laughed, swatting at him. He obeyed. Just as I drifted back to sleep, his breath tickled my ear. "Don't you want to know my name?" Ice water flooded my veins. Fuck. Fuck. Naming knowledge equals bullet to head. I shook my head violently. "Nope. Don't care." "You don't?" "Not even a little." The mattress shifted as Victor got up. I scrambled after him, bedsheet trailing. "Boss." "Don't call me that." Panic rising. I clutched his arm. "What should I call you then?" "Mr. Lance?" "Sweetheart?" "Baby?" His bicep tensed under my grip. When he finally turned, the raw vulnerability in his expression stole my breath. This wasn't the ruthless killer I knew, this was the man who'd kissed my scars like they were sacred. Victor froze, then pinched my cheeks and forced my head up. You can see? Crap. I'm busted. I steadied my breathing, shaking my head with vacant eyes. I can't see anything. He released me, taking a silent step back while lifting his shirt. Abs. My gaze instinctively dropped. A cold laugh sounded. You definitely can see. Damn his seduction tactics. I twisted my fingers, admitting defeat. Fine. I'll confess. I'm not completely blind. Just, legally. Victor crossed his arms, irritation radiating. How legally? I can't make out your face right now. I crooked a finger. Come closer. Let me get a proper look. He actually complied, cradling my face. He kissed me without warning. I tried shoving him away, no luck. Victor trapped my wrists as I heard his smug chuckle. You said I could kiss you anytime. Covering my mouth. I stammered uselessly. He looked oddly displeased. Don't think this changes anything. He growled, storming out. Humph. Me? After interrogating housekeeper Mrs. Wu, I learned Victor's true identity, chairman and CEO of Holosian Corporation. Turns out I'd been groveling to a business magnate. Not some hitman. Originally the shadow power behind Holosian, Victor had taken full control when rivals doused him in animal blood, forcing him to hide in my countryside cottage. Now that the perpetrators were jailed, he'd reclaimed his empire. No wonder he reeked of corporate tyranny. Though to be fair, waving knives during our first meeting didn't help. That night while drafting apologies, Mrs. Wu handed me a phone. Miss Nelson. Mr. Lance is calling. My hand shook as I answered. Hello? A rich baritone responded. Wendy, I apologize for this morning's behavior. I nearly dropped the phone. Wait, I'm the one who screwed up. Sweetheart. I'm sorry too. I thought you were a criminal, so I hid my partial vision. I shouldn't have threatened you with that knife initially. Truce? Truce. His smile traveled through the receiver. Free tonight? Let's have dinner. Hearing that, I realized how long it had been since I'd ventured outside. Sure, I replied. I asked Mrs. Wu to pick out a dress for me, and Victor sent a car to pick me up. The restaurant's grandeur struck me the moment we arrived. Clinging to Victor's arm, I gaped at crystal chandeliers casting prismatic glows across marble floors, not that I could distinguish much beyond the blinding light halos. When the steak arrived, I abandoned all pretense and devoured it like I hadn't eaten in weeks. Such freedom compared to my old act of meticulously twirling invisible noodles. As I wiped the last sauce smear from my chin, Victor swirled his whiskey and stated gravely, Wendy, if you consider me merely a sleep companion, I'll still take full responsibility for last night. I choked on my own spit. Who in their right mind would treat the Lance Group CEO as a booty call? Sweetheart. I croaked, dabbing my mouth. I know my mouth runs wild sometimes, but I'd never. Truth is, I've liked you for ages. His eyebrow arched. The abs or the man? How dare you? I feigned outrage before crumbling. Fine. Both. Knew it. He smirked. Our official relationship status update came with unexpected obligations. Before I could enjoy my new luxury lifestyle, Victor dragged me to endless galas. Every entrance felt like walking a red carpet under paparazzi flashes, though the champagne-fueled crowds remained civil. At an intimate charity dinner, I lingered by the crab cake tower while Victor got mobbed by investors. The familiar voice froze my fork midair. Wendy. Sean materialized beside me, all sharp cheekbones and predatory grin. Remember me? How could I forget? Ethan's older brother. William's golden heir. My throat tightened. Sean. Let's chat elsewhere. He steered me to a secluded balcony, whiskey swirling in his glass. Living with Victor now. Huh? I stared at my shoes. MHM. Smart girl, set for life. His chuckle grated like broken glass. Don't bother pretending you don't loathe me. But hear this, Ethan only tormented you because our dear father, he leaned closer. Breath reeking of single malt. Fancied you himself. You almost became mine and Ethan's stepmother. I froze, feeling like all the blood in my body reversed course. Sean continued mercilessly. William used to sneak into your room every midnight. You never noticed. Did you? He leaned closer, his breath chilling my ear. I've got the videos William recorded. Pity you can't see them. Should I forward them to Victor? The fluorescent lights steadied my breathing. In darkness, I might have collapsed. What do you want? Sean shoved a business card into my palm. Keep in touch with the family. Sweetheart. Honey. I'm being blackmailed. I spilled everything to Victor the moment I got home. His jaw tightened before he calmly said, Don't worry. I'll handle this. I'm not worried, I am thrilled. I grinned. Turns out the pervert's been right under my nose this whole time. His comforting hand hovered midair, handing over my phone and the card. I instructed. Dial the number and start recording. Let's hear what this bastard wants. The line connected after 3 rings. Sean's nasal voice answered. Who's this? The bastard actually had manners. Instantly sobbing, I whimpered. Sean. His tone turned smug. Now, little sister. Cooperate and nobody gets hurt. Sniffling dramatically, I pleaded. I'll do anything. Just don't tell Victor he'll dump me. Beside me. Victor stared dumbfounded. I batted my eyelashes at him. Sean launched into demands first. Convince Victor to make starring group partner with us. Then wire 30 million, and transfer those shares. Each condition grew more outrageous than the last. As if I were some super spy. Victor silently summoned lawyers during my performative whimpering. Already preparing bank drafts. 3 days later. I entered the meetup location wearing a wire. Through tearful negotiations, I begged Sean to surrender the videos only for him to pull classic villain moves. Producing copies after each surrender. These will keep you compliant forever. He sneered, playing audio of William's heavy breathing intercut with my sleep mumbles. Bile rose in my throat. When the handcuffs clicked shut on the Carter brothers weeks later, their mother dragged Ethan to kowtow before me. As they knelt, I rolled my eyes so hard they nearly stuck. Ethan tearfully apologized to me, saying I could hit him as much as I wanted and he'd never fight back. He insisted I keep hitting him until I felt better. But all I wanted was to send him to prison without dirtying my own hands. And so it happened. Before autumn arrived, the Carter enterprises collapsed. Ethan ended up behind bars for assault charges. With peace restored, I began seriously contemplating my relationship with Victor. Now I could openly flirt with Victor, and he'd grown accustomed to my antics. Whenever I leaned in, he'd automatically pucker his lips. It felt cheap compared to when he used to play hard to get. Crossing my arms, I strolled into the bathroom where Victor was showering. He glanced over his shoulder with a grin. Want to join me? I sighed dramatically and patted his sculpted chest. I preferred your old self, sweet and innocent. Back when you wouldn't let me suck. Victor froze mid-kiss. And now? Now? I wrinkled my nose. You can't wait to shove your tongue down my throat. He scoffed. Is that so? Then get out right now. Yes. That was the attitude I'd missed. Make me. I challenged. Victor grabbed a towel, dried off swiftly, then threw me over his shoulder. He kept me awake all night. By morning, I ached too much to move. Despite being the instigator, My stubborn streak made me want to tease him again. Victor, I'm sorry. I whispered. He blinked. For what? Never mind. Victor became obsessed with fixing my vision, dragging me to multiple specialists. Doctors kept shaking their heads helplessly, only warning me not to disclose their findings. I squeezed his hand. You're my whole world, I said, cringing at the cheesy pickup line I'd stolen online. Victor pressed something cold into my palm, kissing my cheek. He murmured, Wendy, will you marry me? My heart raced despite my poker face. What's in it for me? Unlimited access to these abs. Not good enough. I tilted my head, sliding the ring onto my finger while blatantly checking him out. Just as I opened my mouth, Victor clamped his hand over my lips. Enough. Everything's yours. No need to say it. I love hearing that. A primal hunger surged within me, nestling into Victor's arms. I batted my lashes and asked, Are you still going to work today? Victor began undoing his buttons in response. Not going. Then let's stop at the pants for today. I pushed him down and captured his mouth in a searing kiss. During breathless moments between kisses, I glanced through the window at the brilliant sunshine bathing a cloudless sky. Perhaps this radiant clarity would illuminate the rest of my life. End.